the horizontal horizon because it's not called the curve horizon.
Right.
So when I start looking at the map, I've gone out to measure and say, okay, how far can I see? Something as simple like ship-to-ship radar, it needs to be line of sight. Radar works by a ping back.
Right.
So if they say they can see 80 miles, I'm like, okay, I get out my little chart and I'm like, bullshit.
Yeah.
You can't see 30 miles. Really, the fact that you can see Catalina and beach to beach is impossible because there's enough distance. There should be a little bit in the way.
Okay.
So our visual observations kind of flag me a lot. That's without looking for all this motion and like, where is it? They never really told us that the sun isn't holding still. When you see like everything going around the sun is hauling ass. Everything's chasing them, but they don't tell us that.
What do you mean?
Well, the sun is moving at 466,000 miles an hour. So we're spinning, then we're going around the sun, but the sun is also moving.
Right.
But the stars are in the same place all the time with all that movement.
Oh, well, that's the theory, right.
And so it's like with all that movement, how come the stars could still be in the same spot? So to me,
it's common logic. Yeah, okay.
there's so much common logic that kicks the shit out of this model, because this model says you could drive down here, be upside down, and nobody cares.
Right.
That's funky.
Gravity. I mean, theory of gravity.
But the airplane don't notice. You don't notice. The airplane says you're level the whole way.
Well, we'll see. With that, I mean, you've got like, we're only so big, so we can only observe a certain amount. That's what I'm trying to
It's true, except that when you really break down the math, if this shit is really 26,000 miles across, the curvature happens real fast.
Right.
2 and 3 miles, it's almost 2 feet. So at 10 miles, you're like talking 30 feet, you know, and it's like at 20 miles, you're talking, I can't see that shit because it's on the other side of the ball. But there ain't no ball. That's why you can see far.
So is it like an infinite plane, or is it literally just flat?
You're possibly going to run into the ice wall. So we're a melted spot in an ice pond. It's not an infinity of space. It's an ice plane, and we're in a melted spot. So you got the North Pole, just like this model, but there ain't no South Pole. It's blown open.
The South Pole is this.
And you just have the container of the ocean.
Underneath, just all rock. Under.
Yeah, what's under this?
I had a problem with that question at first till I found out that when you see this model with the cutaway and the mantle and all that stuff, they've only been 8 miles down. They don't really know what's in there. So I'm only responsible for 8 miles of this thing because that really stumped my ass.
What
Like,
about
where
that
are
hole
we?
in Russia?
That's the 8 mile one.
Oh, that's the
the
8
one,
mile,
yeah.
okay.
So it's like I'm only responsible for 8 miles of this because that's all they really shown us in this. So the speculation of what's underneath, I can't tell you. I can't tell you a lot about what I don't know.
Yeah.
I can only tell you what I can see, what I can observe. You know, like when you take shit that's flat, I mean, water's flat in a glass, water's flat in a river, water's flat in a lake, water's flat in the ocean. If 70% is water, where is that curve? Where? Gravity's just a word, man. It is just a word.
So where
Do you want me to demonstrate how bullshit gravity is?
Yes.
All right, good. So this is it, right? Ready? Say it out loud.
Gravity.
Bullshit. Okay.
Why?
Because
That fell, though.
it fell because it was thicker than the air. Certain things float, so they're more dense or more buoyant.
Yeah.
But the potential energy was my dumb ass lifting it up to here.
Have you ever
They
seen
don't talk. They don't
aerogel?
talk about that in the experiment.
Have you ever seen aerogel?
Yeah,
Literally air, right? It still drops.
I don't think that's air.
Yeah.
Aerogel is called aerogel. It ain't air.
Supposed to
It's
be
a
like
gel. But
solidified,
it's heavy. The shit's heavy. It's heavier than air. That's why it'll move. But when you hit something solid, something more solid than you stop. I don't think there was a magical force that drove this down. I think the magical force was me picking it up. It falling down is pretty natural. I didn't need something to push it. It's just heavier than air. So,
okay, that kind of makes sense.
you know, but they got us believing in this magical force to the point that when you look it up and find out that gravity is a theory, you're like, a what? A theory? Big Bang theory? Evolution theory? Gravitation theory? It's like, are they real? I mean, like, teach us something that's real, and I'd be a lot happier.
So put some shit on me then. Like, what am I supposed to do with this knowledge now?
Have all your family hate you and get fired from work.
Yeah, that happens, man. I mean, you know.
That's the problem. You just hit the nail on the head. You're done. It's interesting. Pocket it. Know it. Don't push it around. It don't help you much, man. It don't. Everyone hates you. That's all that ends up happening.
Well, I mean, people are used to, speculating, so
But to me, it's something that makes sense, and it's exciting
does it make
because it does. Because this doesn't. These converging lines.
Hear me out. So not as far as like this. I'm with you here, right? That makes sense. But why would they keep that info hidden?
So they can play war and sell you oil and stuff. Oil's probably the blood of the earth. They sell you electricity. Electricity is pretty abundant. There's magnetism. There's there's a lot of polarities, a lot of movement, a lot of wind. But they sell you that stuff. So at some point you got to imagine, why is there, who perpetuates that kind of shitty stuff like war? Alex, let me tell this guy where I'm at.